What is this? Not that! Anything but that!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Blank Check here. It's hot outside, E3 is this week, and the hiatus is upon us. Let's review an episode. As always, links to the full reaction can be found below in the description. But I'm wasting no more time, let's recap, spice up your life. We open to the Crystal Chandelier, where Twilight stores her collection of pony souls. Spike dropped a contact lens, but he can still see an opportunity to send a burn towards Starlight. As you can see here, she's biding her time, waiting for the next moment they're alone together to turn him into Dragon Fondue. No, I just had it! That was my last one! Starlight and Twilight make sweet, sweet magic together, and the elements restore their hologram, giving us some foreshadowing. Oh no! Don't cross the streams! That's a terrible idea! You're gonna break the fabric of reality! Twilight and Fluttershy in Appaloosa. There's a posse of tiny book-burning bunnies on the loose, wanted dead or alive. No, Pinky and Rainbow in Las Pegasus. The Red Light District is in need of some serious friendship evaluation. No, Rainbow and Twilight in Yak-Yakistan. The Yaks demand cute ponies for audio-visual entertainment during the hiatus. It's curious that they neglected to invite Appleyak. No, Twilight and Twilight in Twilight's Castle. Oh yes, Twilight has some friendship lessons to teach herself. Meanwhile, Pinky and Rarity are assigned to the lonely widowed hermit that lives on top of Canterlot Mountain. But Rarity's already dreaming about a detour through the city instead. Oh, Rarity! Pinky is amused by your tiny, easily excitable mind. Yes. Rarity wants to see Celestia, but the princess doesn't have nearly enough flow for Pinkie Pie. Then, one of the most common Pinky senses activates. Strangely, this one only pops up on 2 occasions. The first, when she's hungry, and the second, when she despises the pony standing next to her. We see that Amethyst is in town, but she's gone undercover to infiltrate an underground counterfeit scroll operation. Our duo make their way to Restaurant Row, which is somehow less tasty than Saddle Row. But we only want to go where we see this symbol, 2 hooves over 1 hoof. I mean, this Triforce of hooves. How did it do that? This street is ruled by the Czar of Cuisine, Zesty Gourmand. She knows nothing but fine dining and breathing. Zesty is the Starlight Glimmer of Restaurant Row, and illusionary sign techniques. So our ponies order the classic 3-part meal. That is, twig inside a Frito, tiny sponge with a grape, and a shot glass filled with shaving gel. Pinky activates pie suction mode, passed down from her bottom-feeding ancestors, thus validating my SpongeBob jokes. Oh no, this isn't vegan! Also, clever marketing, Sony. I'm onto your game. Pinky, unsatisfied, decides to follow her nose. Oh, Pinkie Pie! Follow your nose! Wherever it goes! And her nose is craving elephant. That's a delicacy they have to smuggle in under Celestia's nose. The place is packed, but Pinky somehow finds a seat. Next, Chicken Tikka Masala enters to take their orders. We have muffins? Then we see our second new character.
My daughter cooks. I host.
I wait the tables. She pays the rent. But I have rights too. Pinkie Pie feeds Rarity. This needed to be highlighted. Then, kablam! Friendship right between the eyes. Eureka! That's the answer. Rarity runs to round up the regal Ratatouille reviewer while Pinky licks things. Dress Horse returns, successful, but judgment is quickly approaching. And there's a catch. This highly trusted reviewer has very specific tastes. Because, as you all know, what you want in a top-tier critic is an extremely narrow view of their subject matter. So Rarity stays back to homogenize the establishment while Masala and Pinkie Pie plug a pony pepper pesto paradise party. Let the songtage begin. Enter painters, stage left. Of course, Rarity and Pinkie have very different interpretations of spicing up the restaurant. Rarity wants to meet the social standard to impress Zesty, while Pinkie values the idea of flaunting what you got and being yourself. Gee, I wonder which one's going to prove correct in this episode. Oh no, not the elephant head!
Just be the same.
He got that on Safari! But Colgate doesn't want any of their crap. Wait, isn't she a good friend of Pinkie's? Don't they hang out all the time? Minuet, what are you doing? Rarity hides changing rooms all over Canterlot. You know, in case of fashion emergencies. I really like the dichotomy between Pinkie and Rarity here. It works to the song's favor. This dichotomy. My voice just died. And also, props to the animators because this is a very well choreographed scene. Even if they do reuse animation. Good way of using symmetry to highlight the differences. Our two characters both believe they're correct here and doing what's best for the restaurant, but with completely opposite approaches. And I enjoy that Pinkie's method doesn't actually work here. It's not shown as this blatantly, undeniably correct choice. Though it does emphasize how blindly the Canterlot ponies follow the word of this big shot name. Also, I see you there, Lyra. Don't think you can hide from me, you still owe me money. But then, a light at the end of the tunnel. The elephant points toward destiny. The true heroes of this episode reveal themselves at long last. The tourist couple from Winneapolis, telling it like it is, that the food in Restaurant Row tastes like nothing with a side of nothing. Bless you, good sir. I wonder if that's someone's cutie mark. Can you brand and license out your butt? I should look into that. Anyway, things are looking up, and oh dang it, Rarity! Welcome to the tasty treat. You can eat here if you want, or not. I love this guy. Can we trade him out with Spike? Daughter, we must make tiny sponges, or the ponies will not eat it.
Two. Just two? I thought
Hey,
you said you could pack
it takes two to make a thing go right.
You said you would make the rest
It takes two to make it out of sight. Well, we're boned. Guess we should call this one a miss and head back home. Hey bud, the episode with the ominous spirits was a few weeks back. You should oh, that's Zesty! We discover that Rarity ate one of those tiny sponges earlier, and it's become lodged in her throat. Pinkie knows the Heimlich maneuver, right? It is nice to see that Hasbro got Tilda Swinton to guest star. Saffron is trying her hardest to save the restaurant's dignity, but Zesty does not do zest. Obviously. Pinkie begins to bring out the dish, but Rarity employs her signature move, the marshmallow mash. This causes Pinkie to spill her special sauce. This leads to Zesty getting a face. Next picture, please. Then Miss Gourmand does the unspeakable.
When it comes to fashion, you are adequate. But take advice from a friend.
Oh!
Opinions out of restaurants.
Ouch!
Substandard food.
I felt that from here. Well, Tilda did play the White Witch in Narnia, so she's used to being that cold. Any pony can throw ingredients together and create an obvious taste, but it takes a true culinary artist to create the barest hint of a sensation. Yeah, I think it's been a long time since Zesty's felt any sensation. Aww, sad horses. With everyone down, Saffron brings out the comfort food. And Rarity tries to entertain everyone with her mad origami skills. But then, inspiration hits. She gets an idea so crazy, it just might work. We're gonna force this food down ponies' throats whether they like it or not. Pinkie, go grab the funnel. Okay, Rarity's going to seduce all of Canterlot. And Zesty says her fashion is only adequate. Look at those signs. Also, now Colgate decides to join the party. Maybe she just forgot her contacts this morning and didn't realize Pinky was there. Ever wondered what it would look like to genetically splice Mr. Cake and Shining Armor? Well, now you don't have to. After the ponies finish remodeling and the animators get to reuse assets, it's time for a group hug. Gordon Ramsay shows up as he wants to do, and things are going well with Rarity on bib service. Miss Gourmand is on her nightly vigilante crime fighting run when she notices the commotion. That's why she's biased against the restaurant. An elephant killed her parents. It all makes sense now. What is every pony doing here? This place has no hooves. On the contrary, I'm counting at least 64 hooves from the patrons in this frame. That is, unless some pony lost a limb back in the war. And I'm guessing this guy here is someone, but I prefer to think that it's Dr. Hammond from Jurassic Park, and it's foreshadowing a dinosaur episode. Just because you like food a certain way, there is no reason to tell these ponies they need to do the same. That's right, kids. Rebel. Screw your broccoli, Mom. I'm having mac and cheese every night. Full disclosure, I'm actually a fan of broccoli. But Mr. Krabs agrees. It's about the love of the grill, not the hooves above the door. But Zesty's having none of it. She makes her exit, biding her time until she can strike. They'll see. They'll all see. My tiny sponges cannot fail. Every pony parties like it's 1999 because Voldemort has left the building. Then the butts start a-tingling, signifying a job well done. Nothing can stop the dynamic duo of Pinkity. When the butts are glowing, we better get going. Alright, that was our send-off for the first half of Season 6, give or take. And it was a pretty decent episode. I would not put it near the top of what we've seen so far, but it gave us some more antics between Pinky and Rarity, solid art design and animation throughout, a unique and catchy song, and a couple enjoyable new characters. In addition, our cutie map is back up and running, with promises of more two-pony adventures to come. To be honest, I had not realized it was broken. I enjoyed the interactions between Saffron and her father. The scene where she makes him a noodle bowl and they relive old memories was definitely one of the highlights of the episode for me. Heartwarming material. It was interesting to see the narrative told through the lens of the dining world. It's both new and familiar, having a similar bite and competitive edge as Rarity's fashion industry. But as we often see, the moral was made to work on its own, stand alone outside of that context. More broadly, the conflict of self-expression in the face of social norms has been a constant idea behind the fandom, and the episode clearly chooses a side there. And a bit more specifically, the takeaway is to trust your own opinions and preferences rather than simply accepting the word of others, especially if it's only because of their position or popularity. So take reviews with a grain of salt, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the hiatus treats us well. Until next time.
Full of flavor at the big stop.